As I point out in the film, there's only one thing I can do, and that's art, really. I mean, if I were like a lawyer, maybe I could do something else. If I were a businessman, I could do something else. But the only thing I know anything about, really, and even that is limited, is art. Also, it turns out that what they really want is not art, but their land. They want their land back. And as soon as this became apparent, the company based in London did all they could to stop the project. Maybe not because they didn't like art, who cares? But they didn't like art being a rider or a vehicle or whatever for like critical thinking and even organizing resistance. So that's when, again, the project was stopped. On the second location, where the White Cube was actually built, people were equally interested. They were in much better shape, mentally, physically, spiritually, because they were no longer subject to this corporate regime. And so art is kind of more part of daily life, and it went amazingly well. After, let's say, half a year, all these amazing sculptures started to emerge, and then Mathieu and later others went to New York. The beauty of the project is, the way I see it, is that with land that they have been working for the last 100 years, with the same land, they're making now sculptures representing themselves, obviously, but also dreams or aspirations or fear or pain or what, all the subjects one may think about. And that generates the money to buy back the dirt that they start out with in the beginning, right? The physical soil, the land.
And do you think it would be possible for other plantations, maybe in other countries as well of Africa, to do the same thing, get back their land and try and start over with their own terms?
It would be really great, yes. We hope that, certainly in Congo, it needs to become bigger and bigger. There luckily is more and more an awareness that we can't just make pretty art being critical about stuff and then seclude it in museums in global cities. Because the result, the impact is going to be zero.
Wana si huyu William Levert azongi lisusu ngana kanisa ndenge wana ayo kufungula susu ezini azaki si nga bifu wana azoya kozonga afu batu bazo sauver wana pona zalaki pena ebela ba ignorance nepoko wana.
What was the biggest challenge you and your group had to face while filming?
Well, the whole process, and you actually see it in the film, was quite haphazard. It's all like a game of make-believe in order to get the money to actually even start working on it. So financially it was very challenging. We worked on like almost inexistent budgets. Obviously it's a difficult terrain. There were a lot of challenges. It was really a really exhausting process. Yeah.
Is there something that you'll never forget, something that affected you a lot throughout the...
Well, everything. I think the crying scene in Bottega was something really... people ask me sometimes if I were play acting at the time. I wish I could play act that well. I would really be, that would be handy, but I can't. So it was really affecting me deeply. It was really so humiliating to find out that all of my little ideas they weren't worth a thing.
Tous les 4 coins à Congo futo kangango boy. Poste plantation, poste plantation, poste plantation. What give